Radio DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
And good evening to everyone who is tuned in to INC Radio San Francisco. My name is Sophia, and I am coming to you from San where today we have an exciting topic, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's go ahead and introduce our panelists first who will be joining us. So how about we start over on this side?
Well, happy Friday. Just want to say happy Friday to all of our viewers. My name is Brother James Santos. From the local congregation of San Pablo. Greetings to all.
Passing it along this way.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sister Kathleen from the locale of Concord. Happy viewing.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sister Danielle from the locale of San Pablo, and welcome all for tonight's show.
Oh, yes. I'm excited. I'm actually really eager to talk about this topic. It's something a little sassy, a little fun. I feel like we're going to have a lot of fun tonight on air because our topic is the definition of respect.
RESPECT.
Okay, well, in the live chat, go ahead and share with us what does being respectful mean to you? So what your definition of respect is, maybe a time you felt respected. We'll go ahead and be discussing all of that today. And so, well, how are you guys feeling tonight? How are you all doing on this fine Friday evening?
Good.
Friday.
Yeah, happy that it's Friday.
Very happy to be here. It's been a long week, but it's always nice to end the week with you all. So very happy.
Respectful week. No.
I felt respected throughout this week.
I was given respect. I've thrown some respect around.
Definitely. I've been pretty respectful this week, I'd say. All right, awesome. So, of course, for those who are tuning in, go ahead and send over your shout outs, your greetings, and share with us what does being respectful mean to you. So we have a little bit of an icebreaker prepared. And those in the live chat can also participate in this icebreaker. How do you know when to call someone ate or kuya? And maybe can someone define what ate or kuya means to those tuning in?
Yeah. Well, the terms ate and kuya might be familiar to those who are Filipino, since it is very deeply rooted in Filipino culture. These are honorifics used to refer to someone who is older, usually. And anyone else wants to add on to that? Merriam-Webster.
Are you an ate?
That was a great definition.
Are you an ate? Who in this panel is an ate?
I'm an ate.
You're an ate?
I'm an only child, but I get ated a lot.
You're our ate right now.
Ate, for sure.
And I have a question. Can only Filipinos use it?
I've been using
Right. Ate Sophia.
Greek and Salvadorian. I'm not actually Filipino.
Okay, you're still our ate. You're still our ate.
I still use it too.
Well, it is an honorific, so I believe it can be used by anyone. You don't have to be Filipino to be using those terms.
Totally, yeah. And so, a lot of the time, maybe we're going around and all of a sudden we get called ate or kuya. How do you know when is the right time to use one of those terms?
I like that. I like that question. And if you don't mind me starting it off, but I say, okay, this is the thing with me. All right. Let's buckle in. Let's strap in for a little bit. Okay. Do I use ate and kuya? Now it's very dependent, right? Because I have a lot of friends that are a little bit older than me. That do I use ate and kuya on them? I don't. Well, the idea being is that while I do respect them a lot, and I have love for them, I don't know. I think something about when you are my friend, I think of you as my equal. I think of you as my, well, I would say, my friend. You know what I'm saying? We're of the same standing. I feel like if once I ate or kuya you, you are now a step above,
Mm.
because that's I've now put an honorific on you that I look up to you, something I look forward to. I mean, it's very construed,
Yeah.
I would say. Like for example, one of my kuyas is shout out to Kuya Rigel if you're watching.
He came to mind also.
Yeah, he is a kuya to me because he's given me kuya presence, right? Aura, giving me kuya aura,
Mhm.
right? But at the same time, somebody who is also of the same, almost close to his age, may not be a kuya to me,
Mhm.
but they would still be my friend. Like for example, my buddy Jeff. So Jeff
Mhm.
is
Jeff.
in technicality my kuya,
Mhm.
but I see him more as my friend.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that?
Interesting.
It
how do
makes
you
sense.
Yeah.
Does,
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Next, you know.
Yeah, go for it, Danielle. Yeah.
For me, mine's I would definitely say it is very dependent, but for me, almost a lot of the times with the sisters, it, they're almost always an ate. It's almost very instant unless we kind of seem to be around the same age. Like for example, right now I don't actually call you Ate Sophia, but 10 years ago I probably would have called you Ate
Yeah.
Sophia.
Yeah.
But for example, Cleo Rigel's wife, Ate Juvie, since the beginning, Ate Juvie. But I called him Ko Rigel for so many years until I finally started calling him Kuya.
Yeah.
For me, those when I start using those terms, it's because I start to become a little bit closer, and I develop a more, I guess, like personal kind of relationship where it's not just like an honorific, like this is someone that I actually really look up to in that kind of way. So I mean, yes, there's a lot of atas that I call atas, but there's not a lot of like brothers in the church that I call kuya. There's like very few for that. But I still like, I respect each and every like brethren that I meet along the way. But yeah, I think for me it kind of defines a more like personal relationship. So
Totally. For me, I just realized like I feel like there's a certain year where all of a sudden I started getting called Ate more.
Ooh, I feel that one.
And so that kind of, it's funny because it does relate to age too,
Mhm.
And now I'm 30. I can say that. And, that title comes on now more. And also sometimes within the duties you have too.
yes.
That's
Because
true.
now, like being leadership within multimedia, I feel like that has kind of given me that aura too that we've been talking about.
Right,
Ate
right.
aura.
Yeah,
Aura.
the ate aura.
Aura.
Because there's constantly like, as being one who is giving so much instructions all the time and kind of trying to be more direct with it, it kind of automatically comes like, oh, here comes the ate vibe that years ago I didn't really get as frequently. So it's interesting. At first I was like, why are you calling me that? But now I'm like, I understand, it's a sign of respect. And so
Respect.
yeah. And you're a literal ate, right, Kathleen? 'Cause
I
you have
am.
a younger sister.
I am an
Yeah.
older sibling.
Shout out to the bunsos.
Yay.
Yes.
Yes, I think growing up it has been frequent for me to be called ate, just only because it's so very common in the household to be heard not only in the church community but also from family. So it's a term that I'm very used to, and I use to other people as well.
Awesome.
Yes, Ate Kathleen.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
ate.
Yeah. And, of course, it is kind of like a sign that, oh, someone respects you if you're being called that because of the role you have. So, in your own definition, what does respect mean to you guys? And is there a difference between respect and friendliness?
Ooh.
Good question.
That's
Good
a good one.
question.
Very good
I'm a little
Yeah.
stumped, but
Yeah.
off the bat, I would
got
like to say that I think there is a difference.
Yeah.
I do think there is a difference. And
Mhm.
for me, respect is being able to understand that where a person is coming from may not necessarily be how I see something. For example, we all see things differently, but I'm not going to say what you guys are saying are wrong, what your opinions are wrong, how you view things are wrong, right? I think that everybody has different points of views, and being able to understand that everyone processes things differently and thinks differently, and therefore presents things differently. And I think you can be respectful and you can be friendly towards people, and I think inherently they do go hand in hand, right? But I do believe there's a difference. I don't know how to.
I think
But
I
it-
got you.
let's see.
I got you.
Let's
I think
see.
okay.
Yeah.
I think how as you were talking, and I was also trying to configure how I would view respect and friendliness. Friendliness is a character trait, and respect is something you either give or take.
Yes,
You think so?
Yeah, that
All right,
works.
let us know in the
yes.
chat if you also think the same way. But I do think it is a form of, like, for
Mhm.
example, you can have a friendly personality.
Mhm.
You can be friendly as a character itself, like you're just
Mhm.
overall a friendly person.
Mhm.
Are you a respectful person?
Mm.
Oh,
Mhm.
wait. Yes, you can be. Yeah.
Well, a
there's
few sentences back, I was following you.
I was on something.
Mhm.
The track was there, and then the track is lost.
It's okay.
Can't
It
be a-
happens. It happens.
I think it's still applicable. I think
Yes.
you can give respect. You can
Mhm.
be a respectful person,
Mhm.
but is respectful person now a character trait? Nah, that's a tangent. Excuse me.
Let us know. Let us know. What's the difference between being respectful and being friendly? Help us out here.
And maybe a good couple of comments that we might be having coming in the live chat too about some of what our discussion is. Let me go ahead and see some of these comments. So our first comment of the day, Brother Andrew Paragas. Good evening, Bay Area, California. Welcome to INC Radio San Francisco. Thank you, Brother Andrew, for tuning in. And then Brother Maya Taaka says, hello po, watching from the locale of Burr. Pause. Lean game. We also have Brother Jonathan Ibarra who says, greetings from Oakland, BAC. We have Mario Oka, good day here in the Philippines and enjoy watching here in the INC Radio San Francisco Satellite Studio. Greetings from Locala, Brixtonville, District of Caloocan North. And we have Brother Joel, howdy po from Burlington. I'm eating my dinner. Enjoy your dinner, Brother Joel. As well as Sister Desiree, hello po, watching from Pacifica, Bay Area, California. And we have Brother Ken, hello, INC Radio SF. How is your day so far? And we have Brother Alex Laredo, our CFO overseer. Happy watching to all the brethren around the world. Greetings from Burlingame, Bay Area, California.
I think I got it figured. Okay. Let me know in the chat. Okay, let me know in the chat. But okay, friendliness, like I mentioned, is a character trait, but respect is learned. It's something you learn because you don't necessarily have that innately. You would have to learn to respect.
Ooh,
You
that's a
feel
good
me?
take.
Okay, there we go. That sound.
You don't think you can learn to be friendly?
You can learn to be friendly if you're but something you can already have. That friendliness is something you
Gotcha.
could already have.
Yeah.
But you'll have to learn how to respect.
Mm.
Like you learn how to say ate or kuya. Or
That's true. That's
you know?
true.
All right. I'm happy for myself.
Respect.
Love that.
That was a respectable answer that I just gave. Has there been a time when you guys felt well respected though? Like instances of respect? These are hard questions
They
tonight.
are. They got us
I'm seeing
thinking.
the gears
You know what?
turning, but I feel like Danielle will have an
Definitely,
instant of
definitely.
I
respect.
think for
Yeah.
me, I feel respected when I'm entrusted different kinds of tasks and activities, whether it be within the church, within my work environment, or even just amongst my friends, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I would not be trusted with those things if I wasn't respected in whatever my role or title is amongst that. Regardless if it's work, social, or here inside the church, right? So I feel that's when I do feel respect. I'm sure there's also other moments that I have, but I know that's the first one that came to mind is being entrusted with those kinds of activities or those kinds of responsibilities.
Good answer. Good answer.
And I thank you.
Thank you.
I've been wanting to say that.
Nice. Respect. I think for me, it would tie back to the icebreaker that we just had. I feel respected every time anyone would refer to me as an ate.
Hey, Ate Kathleen.
Ate
Good to know.
Kathleen.
Good to know.
Ate Kathleen.
Gonna start using that
Yes.
even though I'm
Ate
like
Kat.
a whole 10 years old. I think
Changing your contact. This is
I think I
Ate
meant
Kat.
that for people who were younger, but okay.
How about for you, James? How about for you, James?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Oh, yeah.
I got stuck on Ate Kat.
When were when were moments where you felt respected?
Respected. I would say, not to, well, so just so we can go, oh, wait, honestly, I would say respected is a good question.
Should we come back to you?
I'll come back.
What about
yeah.
a time you felt disrespected?
Oh.
That's another.
That's another story.
Yeah.
I'm
I would
just
say-
kidding.
No, but I would say
Yeah.
I think respect, especially like Kat said, at the
At the
cat.
cat.
Oh, excuse me. Did I disrespect? No, I would say when when you just like I mean, like I mentioned to Kuya, like when you've given guidance to someone, right, and then they now start calling you, for example, somebody younger, start calling you Kuya or Ate. I think that's when you've realized one that you're now in some other person's life. You hold a different weight to it.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
you are now not just a random person or a random
Mhm.
friend or a friend that you see every now and then. You're now Kuya. So I feel like now I am responsible in some form of way to make sure that you are taken care of.
Mhm.
So I would say, did I answer your question? I don't think it did, but I hope that was a
Yeah.
good enough answer for you guys.
That's great. It was amazing.
Yeah. Good answer. Good answer. And another question I have. This one's also kind of a challenging one. Is it possible to respect someone who you disagree with?
Yes. I do not
Yes.
think that's a difficult question personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have one.
Yeah.
I have so for me personally, if it's okay that I start on this one, I think part of being respectful is, like I was mentioning earlier, is also understanding, right, that people have different points of views, and that means at times you are going to disagree with someone, and disagreement is okay as long as you're respectful about it. That's how you learn, you have conversations, you get to open up your mind a little bit more, broaden your horizons. So I think it's a good thing to disagree as long as you do it respectfully and you have a respectful conversation. Because if you disrespectfully disagree and just say you're wrong, no, I'm right, it's not really going to get anywhere. It's probably going to also um, affect the relationship that you have with that person. So respectfully being able to disagree with someone, I think, is very possible, and I think it's something that can actually be very beneficial for people and relationships.
I agree. Very well said. Respect.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Respectful
Thank you.
answer.
By the way, I like being called Ate Danielle, so feel free.
Respect out the done.
I like calling people out there.
I know. Sorry. Is it kind of awkward
asking?
asking to be called? Is it kind of awkward to ask that? Can you call me Ate?
No, I don't think so.
I like it when the children
Depends.
calls
It
me
depends.
Ate.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's
there's,
Yeah, it does have a nice
Very
feel to when
different,
it's
yeah.
natural, though. But
I feel like there's a little bit.
It's true.
I feel like they called Ates and Kuyas a lot more back then compared to now. Now it's mostly like
Mm,
brother,
now,
sister.
let us know in the chat
Yeah.
if that's something you also realized or have noticed.
Yeah.
That's actually a really interesting point.
Mhm.
Now, I would say, you know, kuyas and ates are very, very important,
Yeah.
I agree.
right?
true.
I think I wouldn't be the person I am today
Mhm.
if I didn't have certain kuyas or ates in my life. So we want to say shout out to all the kuyas and ates, wherever you may be. You guys are important. You guys are loved, and we appreciate you.
That's true. Yeah. Because I mean, behind the title, even though we're joking, like, oh, now I'm getting called this, it really does. They're also like our influencers, right? The ones who kind of we respect them because we know they'll show us the way too. And, it's a whole other topic too. We actually got a comment in here that mentions from Brother Jing Pongs. It says, children respect parents and vice simple. So of course, in
Yes.
some family settings, that's a whole other thing too.
Respect goes all around.
Yeah, that our parents are some of the number one ones
Mhm.
that we should always respect. And, that's kind of a default, whatever the
Yeah.
situation. And even if you're a grown up past 18,
Mhm.
we still have respect for our parents.
Mhm.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Oh, there's a comment that I want to read. It's from Sister Rosie Malyari. Hi, Mom. It says, Kuya James, thank you for being Kuya to Desiree.
Aw.
For those who don't know, Desiree is my youngest sister.
Oh, that's nice. We
Does my
actually
sister call you
have-
Kuya?
I don't think so.
They were calling her out on us.
I mean, yes, she does.
She will now.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's funny because I encourage, while I do, value the respect of
Mhm.
those who do. Sometimes I feel like it's okay if they don't,
Mhm.
because I feel it in their actions. I feel it in the way they interact with me. So
Mm-hmm.
even if they don't say kuya, it's okay.
Do they at least say brother or ka?
It's just James. Jokes, jokes, jokes.
Yeah, but that's true though, right? Like being a respectful person is also through your actions,
Yes.
making sure
Very
we aren't
true.
using, sassiness, attitude, but even how we carry ourselves and even greeting one another, right?
Mhm.
That's another way that we show respect. So those little things.
Would you
influence
say?
respect.
Now this is just a side note. Would you say having a personal nickname for people also is considered respect?
As long as they're okay with the nickname.
Exactly, yeah.
As
I
long
agree.
as it's a,
No, I was just thinking like like
Yeah.
sometimes, for example, like I well, you know what? I'm sorry. I was thinking to my brain, I was like, sometimes I'll just shorten people's names. But then I was like, that doesn't work out. That's a whole different thing. Sorry, Paul. That doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, I think as long as the relationship has respect within it and going both ways, then it's all good. Let's see a couple more comments. It's already 9:55, so we're going to be wrapping up soon.
Oh,
I know that was a fun
no.
and quick one, but let's see. From our sister Reason Reyes, my Ate Faith is like my second mother. I love my
Aw.
Ate so much, and she also mentions respectful people have good character. And then Brother Coy Reyes,
Ooh, good one.
respect begets respect. That's a good one
Ooh,
too.
I love begets.
Yeah, we have brother. I hope I said that right. Baguettes.
That's how I would have said it.
Baguettes.
No. I know.
Respect and you'll be respected. You know what I'm saying?
No, I like begets
I'm
too.
feeling
I
a
like
little
begets.
disrespected.
Oh
I'm just kidding. But we do
no! Say
have a
sorry
couple
to
more
Ate Sophia right now.
Sorry,
I'm just kidding. We have Brother Daniel who says, watching here from Hayward Chapel, practicing for our 30th local celebration and a happy 30th local celebration to Hayward.
Happy anniversary,
Happy
Hayward.
anniversary.
To look forward to. I think we have some district promos. If our Clea Tech could go ahead and show some of the promos that we have coming up here in Bay Area. Let's see. I think we have. There we go. Mentioning the locality. Here we are. The 30th celebration will be this Sunday at Chabot College in Hayward. So we hope to see you there, po, and supporting the locale of Hayward. And we have our Family Fun Day. This is going to be on July 4th. And we hope to see you there. I believe the locales are bringing their own cuisine, their own food. This is going to be at Coyote Point Recreation Area, Friday, July 4th, 12 to 3 p.m. Our next one, we have Binhi Clay Sculpting this Sunday, Burlingame Function Hall, 4 o'clock p.m. Bring your clay, bring your Binhi, and let's do some sculpting.
Ah.
All right.
I need to go find a
next
bindy real
up,
quick.
I think we also have
Let me
a
find my own
Kadiwa activity. So bring a Kadiwa and bring your walk to the Nature Walk in
Wow.
Ultra Regional Park, Antioch, June 22nd, 4:30 p.m. And we have a couple more, I believe. We have an art appreciation. This is the locale of Burlingame going to the De Young Museum. This is 1 o'clock p.m. tomorrow. Bring your appreciation for
Ah.
art, and we'll see you there at our activities. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. This was a really fun broadcast, fun panel, fun
Very respectful,
discussion.
very
Mhm.
demure.
Very
Very
respectful.
respectful. No disrespect on INC Radio today or any day because we brought our respectful selves. So
Yes.
Respect.
respect.
Respect that.
Respect. I respect that.
Respect.
And
I
also,
respect you all.
me too. I
Aw.
respect you guys
Aw.
too, man. And I also respect all of those who viewed and watched today.
We
And,
respect
know,
you too, Pop.
Yeah, we respect all of our viewers. We appreciate you so much for tuning in today. And we also would like to share our appreciation and our thanks to the ones within Bay Area, California, who also always support us and help us out with our many projects. So thank you to our multimedia advisor, Brother Jonathan Ibarra, our CFO overseer, Brother Alex Lorido, our assistant district supervising minister, Brother Ray Del Rosario, and our district supervising minister, Brother Jojo Bayani. Thank you also to those in INC Radio, the techs that we had behind the scenes today, as well as our Cleo tech over in the Philippines, and our executive producer, Brother Manly Antaya. Thank you also so much to our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Manalo, and to our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, for all your help and support on these projects. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you next time. And next up is INC Radio, Silicon Valley. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Stay respectful.
Respect.